In NC election fraud case, witness says operative held 800 absentee ballots. Washington, McCrae Dowless, the man whose get out the vote activities are the center of the election fraud investigation in North Carolina, told a local political campaign volunteer that he was holding on to 800 absentee ballots, according to a new affidavit obtained by NBC News. The new affidavit is the latest development in an investigation into election fraud involving absentee ballots that has postponed the certification of the election of the 9th Congressional District race and at least 2 local races in the Tar Heel State. In the signed statement, Kenneth Simmons said that he met Dowless at a local Republican Party meeting in the small town of Dublin. Dublin is located in Bladen County, the epicenter of the election fraud investigation involving absentee ballots. During that interaction, Simmons wrote, he and his wife saw Dowless with a large number of absentee ballots in his possession. Simmons stated that he asked Dowless why he had so many ballots and that Dowless responded that he was holding on to more than 800. Simmons wrote that he asked him why he had not turned them in and that Dowless replied, "You don't do that until the last day because the opposition would know how many votes they had to make up. My concern," Simmons concluded at the end of his affidavit, "was that these ballots were not going to be turned in." Simmons signed the affidavit on December 11 and confirmed his account to NBC News when reached by phone at his home Tuesday. The new affidavit comes as the North Carolina State Board of Elections investigation of potential fraudulent activity in Bladen County is zeroing on Dowless. Last week, the state election board released a copy of and printed at Bladen County's only in-person early vote location the Saturday before the election. Tabulating early preliminary results violates state election law. In a separate affidavit dated November 29 and distributed to media by North Carolina Democratic Party and other sources, an individual named, and was viewed by officials at the one-stop site who were not, poll judges. Dowless and an associate requested, according to records previously released by the election board and analyzed by NBC News. He and associates, whom he reportedly paid, would collect the ballots throughout Bladen and neighboring Robeson County. In her alleged affidavit, Willis doesn't name or describe the officials whom she claimed viewed the partial results data. The election results tape document itself includes a signature for Agnes Willis, one of 3 signatures under a statement certifying the incomplete results as a true and accurate account of the election held November 6, 2018. Willis' affidavit does not address that detail. The development has led a top NC Republican Party official to likely support a new election in the state's 9th congressional district. The State Board of Elections is investigating allegations of irregularities and fraudulent activities related to absentee-by-mail voting and potentially other matters in that race, and has not certified the initially reported election results. The Republican won more than 61% of Bladen County's mail-in ballots, a puzzling margin considering just 19% of accepted mail-in ballots belonged to registered Republican voters. The development has led a top NC Republican Party official to likely support a new election in the state's 9th congressional district, which hasn't been certified by the State Board of Elections while it investigates the alleged ballot harvesting scheme, which is illegal in North Carolina. "We are extremely concerned that early voting totals may have been leaked in Bladen County as reported by," said Robin Hayes, chairman of the North Carolina Republican Party, in a press release. "This action by election officials would be a fundamental violation of the sense of fair play, honesty, and integrity that the Republican Party stands for." In a news conference Tuesday, the leader of the North Carolina Democratic Party asked why Harris decided to hire Dowless. McCrae Dowless has a long history of conducting absentee ballot fraud that was well documented. Yet Mark Harris still hired him, North Carolina State Democratic Party Chairman Wayne Goodwin said at a news conference in Raleigh Tuesday. And now Harris refuses to answer several questions about their relationship. Dowless was hired by the Red Dome Consulting Group, who worked for Harris, for grassroots efforts in Bladen County. Harris released a that said his campaign is cooperating fully, and that he was unaware of any wrongdoing. Meanwhile, the 3-judge panel in a North Carolina lawsuit between the state's Democratic governor, Roy Cooper, and the leaders of its Republican-majority legislature issued an order on Tuesday effectively extending the current North Carolina State Board of Elections and Ethics Enforcement through 12 p.m. on Friday, December 28, 2018. The board is investigating allegations of irregularities and fraudulent activities related to absentee-by-mail voting and potentially other matters in the 9th Congressional District contest. In its order, the court wrote that the board is still engaged in the process of attempting to certify the results of the November 2018 statewide elections and that failing to extend the stay for an additional term may likely impede the efficient resolution of the issues still pending before the board, and may cast the results of the November elections into further confusion and negatively impact the confidence that the people of North Carolina have in the results of that election. The previous stay had extended only through December 12. Leanne Caldwell is a political reporter for NBC News who covers Capitol Hill and elections. Rich Gardella is an investigative producer, off-air reporter and digital journalist with NBC News, based in Washington, D.C. He joined NBC News in 1991. Ben Komisar is a political writer for NBC News.